Chiptopia. It sounds a little bit like Activia, doesn't it? Which is a medicine for heartburn, I think. Well, anyway, it's the Chipotle rewards card that just came out on July 1st, and if you registered in July, you get free chips and guac. I really don't like giving out free advertising to places I don't like. It's why, for example, I don't frequently mention Greg Biffle in passing because I'm sorry, Ricky Stenhouse in passing because he's sponsored by Fifth Third Bank, and I don't particularly like them because they fucked me over. But anyway, what it is, you got free chips and guac on your first purchase in the month of July, and then you get rewarded. The more Chipotle you get, the more free food you get. But what they don't tell you is in the fine print that it's a trial program and it's only running until September 30th as far as we know. So they want to see if it's successful, like if they get enough consumer data out of it. You got to give the usual shit, name, phone number, address, email address, all that nonsense so that they can track you and send you marketing emails and track all of your stuff. Of course, this made it interesting. Chipotle now, during their peak periods, between 11:45 and 2, and the other time of 5 and 7, well, 5 and 7:38 p.m., they have a person whose job is to stand at the door and greet people and tell them, hey, have you heard about Chiptopia? Try to get them to sign up. And of course, if they register the card in the line, they get the free chips and guac from the cashier right then and there. Which is cool, but then of course it means that you've got to double your orders of chips, double your guac for the day. Which is nice, because you make more money, obviously, by having people buy things. July 1st, I was there, an opening cash shift. I actually got there at 9:30 to bag chips, to just bag chips, and we were bagging chips. And it was great. Just bagged the chips, set up the dining room, whatnot, got my drawer all ready, and we opened the door. And boom, a line of 75 people. Pretty much all of them either have signed up for the card online because they're tech savvy. They're Whole Food shoppers, obviously. Well, maybe not Whole Food shoppers because we don't have a Whole Foods in my location. Anywhere near it. We're actually in the heart of the ghetto. We are actually so ghetto that a Walmart moved out. But people who come to Chipotle walk or drive to Chipotle in their Priuses and stuff. They're neoliberals. They're not the classical liberals, which is what I'm not really going to get into politics right now because I don't have time to rant, even though this video series is ranting. But I don't have time to rant about politics right now. I'll do that later. 75 people out the door. There's only one other person online. He's really good. He's really good at what he does, but 75 people can't be served by one person in any sense of speed or urgency. Like, 75 people can be served in one person in maybe an hour. Maybe an hour. And that's if nobody orders more than one thing and a couple people just want chips and guac. Oh, plus we've got our online orders piling up and we don't have somebody to do them. So the line has to deal with that. Which, whatever, that's normal, but not when there's 75 people out the door at 11:01. Then 11:20 comes, the line's still out the door, and I've done about 55 transactions. Meanwhile, the system's not working right, so whatever. We're still honoring the free chips and guac, it's just taking an extra couple seconds. Moving on, moving on, moving on. Throughout the day, I'm supposed to leave at 3:15. I get asked too, hey, can you stay late? I'm like, yeah, I can probably stay till about 6:30. Manager's like 7, and I'm like, yeah, 7, no later than 7:15. They're like, alright. 7:15 comes around, I'm out the door. I literally got away from the register for 42 minutes after we opened, and that was 30 minutes to take a break, and another 12 minutes because there was just this random 12-minute interval where there were no people there. And during my 30-minute break, I ate. I actually did the smart thing and was like, told the people, hey, I'm going on my break in about 10 minutes. This is what I want. Can you make it? And they did that for me, which was really nice. Oh, that's the Chiptopia Chipotle rewards card. I wouldn't recommend because you basically have to spend about $66 to get any value out of it. Anyway, if you like this video, like it, and don't forget to subscribe.